Joining us now is Tiffany, and we're going to be talking about her product, which is this. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We had so much fun yesterday. We got a chance to both have cheeseburgers.
It was wonderful.
And hang out at a restaurant, get to know one another a little bit. So is that where you grew up? Did you grow up in Dallas?
Yes, born and raised.
Okay. So you're born and raised, and your family has always been entrepreneurial in
Yes.
spirit. Inventors, people that make things happen, magical, right? And then you decided to create a product, and it's also magical. But it kind of stemmed from like the magic of Christmas.
Yes.
So tell us about that day when you invented this.
So we, for the first time, decorated our whole yard for Christmas. My daughter was almost 3 years old, and she's always been very precocious, knew what she wanted. And when we went out there to light everything up, it started to rain, and the whole yard went dark. And of course, she started to cry, and I started to cry, and I'm, please stop, just stop. So we had been playing with this material for a Halloween mask, and when I put that mask on, it made me sweat, and it wasn't porous at all. And so I was thinking maybe that material could keep water from getting into something as well. And so that's how it was born.
So what ends up happening is like and this has happened to me, because I also shared with you yesterday what happened. So my outside outlet wasn't working, and I still wanted to have my holiday lights up. So I actually ran my extension cord. I cracked a window open, Tiffany. I ran the cord through, stuck it in. But what probably happened is a little bit of moisture or water or snow got into that receptor, and therefore it shorted it out.
That's exactly what happened.
So this kind of protects that from happening, correct?
So, yeah, so if you look at it...
So how does it work? It's like this little, I'm trying to show the camera, we're also going to show pictures, but it's like this really cool like little silicone thing that looks like the outlet. It's like a little gasket, right?
Right,
That's what it's called?
we call it a weatherproof gasket.
Okay, here you go. I'm going to pass this back over to you.
So if you've ever looked at an extension cord, there's little letters, numbers, indentions, things like that are imprinted on it. And it keeps the plug faces from sitting completely flush with each other. And water is always going to find a way in, right? So what this does is it's really stretchy. I don't know if anybody can see this. It goes right in, and it goes all around those numbers. And so it makes the plug faces sit absolutely flush with each other. It causes a watertight seal. And if you've had it plugged in for a day or two, when you pull it off, you can actually see the letters and numbers imprinted on this. Right. So we tested it submerged for 72 hours, and it ended up working.
Wonderful.
I know.
And it really is to protect water from going in and causing a short.
Right, exactly.
And it all started because you and your daughter had this beautiful display.
Yeah.
Now, P.S. though, you have some major clients, Tiffany. You have amusement parks as clients, you have zoos as clients, because a lot of times they're doing outdoor installations that require that connection for electrical cords that need to be daisy chained together.
That's exactly right. So I went on Facebook and just kind of was finding anybody, because it was with my Christmas lights, I thought, other people are probably having the same problem. You have the same problem. So I went on Facebook and kind of stalked all the people that install Christmas lights, and that's how it started. I friended people that were in the Christmas Light Installation Professionals of America, also known as CLIPA. And it just kind of snowballed from there, and everybody was like, whoa, this is great. Because, the other thing that was on the market was a big clunky box, that goes over, and you can't wrap that around trees. You couldn't do anything like that. So this was just kind of necessary, I thought. And our neighbors saw our yard stayed on and theirs didn't. It kind of just became a word of mouth thing. And
now it's grown tremendously for you. So it's manufactured here in the United States of America. And you have different packets. Like you could get a few, a lot, or you could get bulk.
Correct.
Especially for those
for the light installers,
for the light installers. You're also it's smart because you're helping a lighting company save time and money. Because people are investing now because they don't want to hang their own lights, so they're oftentimes purchasing a company to do it. Right. But then if something went out, then that meant that person needs to go out, fix the one thing, and then go back.
They have to find it.
Right.
They have to hunt down the one that maybe there's two, and they don't know. They have to check every single connection. So
Correct.
This is really a peace of mind for the installers. And I have had, I would say it's like a 98% success rate, and so because some people just need a GFI replaced, right?
Correct.
Actually, on mine, it was embarrassing. My one tree kept going out. It was plugged into this one thing, and I'm like, this is my company. It shouldn't be happening, right? Well, it turned out I had a bad GFCI, so we just
Okay,
had
so
to
it wasn't your
replace
product,
it.
it was
Right?
that.
It was a bad GFCI.
So it also, in companion with this piece, right? So a lot of times at the end, when you have your Christmas lights, there's always like the one part that's not the innie, it's the outie, or it's the, right? Or the
Female,
wifers.
right. So we call it the female and the male. So this
Okay.
would be a male to the female, right? So what we used to do, this was the very first thing that came along. And then I realized, wait a minute, you have that open-ended female plug.
Okay.
And water would get into that and it would short it out. So at first we were using electrical tape, but that tape actually causes moisture to collect. You know, when dew or whatever, it's a hot day, the moisture will get in there and collect. And so we created that. And I have to say, my dad's an electrical engineer, so he this whole thing has been because of family, right? Yes.
Yeah. Your mom, your dad, your sister,
and
people.
my sister, my nephews, my nieces, like everybody has rallied around. My bonus mom, everybody's rallied around and helped create this. So anyway, this is designed to be snapped off at the ground prong, and you can actually do it if
This piece right here?
Yes.
Right? This piece can snap off.
Correct. So I call it a little half moon piece.
I'm going to let you snap it.
Sure.
I feel nervous breaking your things.
It's okay.
Here you go, Tiffany.
So you actually, we designed it so that it can be used with either 2 or 3 prongs.
Okay.
So you just pinch it and rock it back and forth, and now you're left with this little half moon piece.
Okay.
So whenever you plug it into the end, it has to be used with a gasket. This
Understood.
is too hard to
Right.
be able to, and I actually redesigned these recently to have what I call a gasket viewing window, because people were using it without a gasket, and of course it was failing. This is too hard. It won't wrap around those numbers and letters.
Okay.
So anyway, so now it's got the gasket viewing window, and you just plug it right into the end of the female plug,
Perfect.
and it causes the watertight seal.
And they come in green, clear, what was the other
And
color?
white.
And white.
Yes.
Green, clear, and white.
Yes, correct.
And then it comes in combination. You also want to have a gasket.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you could use a gasket alone if you're just going piece to piece.
Right.
Or if you need to do the end cap, that's how you do an end cap.
Exactly, and
Love it.
so we have sizes from 5 all the way up to 50 in our kits, and then the 3 different colors of that, and then for gaskets we have 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100.
Perfect.
And then also bulk, obviously. So,
Lovely.
yeah.
Tiffany, I think you're brilliant. I told you
Thank
that
you.
yesterday. I
Thank
think
you.
that this is a brilliant product because you found a need that most of us can relate to, right? We've been there. It's frustrating. And I
is.
also just think that this is just a better way to go. It
It's
really is.
so sleek. You
something-
can't tell that it's on there. It's not like one of those big boxes that you can see, right? And then one thing I didn't mention, Donna, was that this half moon piece, you don't want to throw it away. When you first start your strand,
Right.
you're going to have that ground prong, your Christmas lights has two plugs, right? So you're going to have this ground prong going into the extension cord that is still going to be open.
Okay.
So you would take this after you've broken it off and put it on a gasket at the very beginning, because when you're plugging in the 2 prong plugs, then you do this third piece, and it seals off at the very start of your connection.
Understood.
yeah.
Perfect. It's just so inventive. It's like cool,
Thank you.
right? It's something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
You guys are the originators of this.
Yeah.
And in closing, I just want to, before we wrap up, I just want to say a lot of times people might be trying to imitate you,
Yes.
but it's better to go with your company because you have a lot of research that yours work.
Sure, yes.
Where
And
the
we've
other
been
ones
doing
are
this
just
for
rip-offs and they don't
over
work.
a decade. And it's taken a lot of time to redesign, and I want it to be perfect, right?
Yeah,
and so
I get you.
we really focus on trying to make sure that the customer is taken care of.
There you go. It's all about quality.
Yes,
From the
absolutely.
person that invented it and the person that knows how it works.
Right,
Thank
absolutely.
you very much, Tiffany.
You're welcome. Thank you
I
so much for
appreciate you
having me,
being here.
Donna.
And now I
appreciate
know
you.
that my Christmas lights are going to work this year
Yes,
because of
they
you.
will. Yes, they
Ta-da. There you go. How cool is that? I love how sometimes we need a solution and then there's somebody that is smart enough to figure it out. It's Tiffany and her team. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Stay grounded, y'all.